All right, well, we have NBA to talk about for the night. I just got done playing some Battlefield. I got my stuff in the background. I'm packing up because I'm going home for Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. So, yeah, we're just going to get into some of the games. Obviously, this is the highlight of the night, which is not a good highlight. It's more of a low light, being a Cooper Flag fan. We're all praying for you, bro. We're all pulling for you, man. We're pulling for this goat right here. You see the goat right here? We're pulling for him. But, anyways, okay. Shit. Well, I gotta get some stuff packed up after this, and then I'm probably gonna start watching Fantastic Four, which is really exciting. I can't fucking wait. That might fall over. It's alright. We can cook. We got 3 games to talk about. I think I'm on the right screen. Yes. Let's first start with the Jazz and the Bulls. Big win for the Bulls. Nikola Vucevic's layup helps the Bulls overcome Bryce Sensabaugh and the Jazz. They get a 2-point win. Insane game for Bryce Sensabaugh. The best game easily of his career. Probably should have highlighted him a little more in this recap, but oh my goodness. Crazy stuff for Vucevic. Really good game. We're going to watch the highlights. I don't have my headphones. I actually have them packed up because I'm going to be ready tomorrow. I need to get the hell out of here. Yeah, shout out to Vucevic. Just clutch shots. He was playing really well on both sides of the floor. Bryce Sensabaugh was insane. And obviously, Ayo Dosunmu hit a tough shot. So those are actually some really cool jerseys. What the hell? I'll fuck with those. Here we go. Alright. I need to probably work on grabbing some other shit while we're waiting. Oh, fuck. Ow. Ow. Fuck. I don't want to grab the camera cord. I think this is it, though. Wait. Oh, we're good. This is such a pain in the ass. Shoot. Oh, watch this. Look at Vooch. Bang! I'm so eager to get all my shit going. I'm bold. I'm eager. She's loving my... And I'll also switch out my monitor. I need to get the Kurui here. And I'll have the Aces as well to play games this weekend. I'm going to be playing some Madden because I need to get Jordan Love. Bryce Sensabaugh? God damn. Who was he feeling like? Oh my god. Dude, what? Bryce Sensabaugh, you fucking dog. What a play. Oh my god. That was electric. Holy shit, look at Chicago. They still had time. Let's see what they do with it. Look at the pass from Jones. He's a hell of a facilitator, man. They were hyped. That's a lit. See what they draw up here. Oh, Sensabaugh. Oh my god, they were clamping Sensabaugh. That is really good defense from the Bulls to win the game there. Oh my god. That was insane. That was pretty unbelievable, bro. But let's look at kind of the scores. The Jazz lose in a very close affair, but Kyle Filipowski had 19 points. He shot 60%. Not the greatest from 3, but it's alright. Grabbed some boards, played really good defense. You get a 25-point performance for Keontae George, who's kind of becoming like a Jordan Poole type of player. Not really the most efficient. I mean, he can pass, though, so that's good. 10 points out of Ace Bailey. Also not the most efficient, but he is a rookie. The guy came off the bench and put up 43 off of 50% three-point shooting. Not only that, he was hustling on the glass, playing well on both sides of the floor. Insane game for Bryce Sensabaugh. Definitely a struggle for a guy like Cody Williams. Just couldn't get a 3 to go. Couldn't really get opportunities at that. And sure, he was efficient inside, and he was able to rebound. He was able to play some defense. But I would have liked to see a guy like Kyle Anderson, Mr. Slow-Mo, get more minutes. Obviously, Bryce Sensabaugh did, but definitely Kyle Anderson, who's a lot more efficient, can grab rebounds too. We'll have to see what they do about that, because I haven't really seen Kyle Anderson in all the Jazz games we've covered this year. Yeah, I haven't really seen Kyle Anderson get used that much, so that is interesting. Get to the Bulls. I'm really hyped for tomorrow night, by the way. A$AP Rocky. 12 points for Isaac Okoro. He shot 50%. 35 for Vooch. Vooch has been putting in the work this year. Solid three-point shooter. Really good rebounding, passing, at the rim defense. The guy went out there and did it all. It was really their bench that told this story, though. You get a 12 and 10 point performance out. 12 and 10 performance out of Jalen Smith off of 40% three-point shooting. You get 13 out of Patrick Williams, shooting 67%, including making all of his threes. He was a hustler on the boards. 11 points for Dalen Terry, who shot 75% from three, was grabbing rebounds, playing defense on all three levels of the floor, ripping people, getting in passing lanes, playing at the rim. You love to see it. And then you have Kevin Herter, who went out there, had 10 points off of 40% three-point shooting, as well as Ayodasumu, who's continued to be great this year, 15 points. Solid three-point shooter, great passing, great defense. So the Bulls really put it together here. And unfortunately, let's get into Nets and Hornets. And by the way, I usually can't watch Bulls, Pacers, or Grizzlies games unless they're on national TV, because I am from Southern Illinois, so that kind of bridges the gap between everyone, and I can't really watch the local games. They're not really local, given that they're 5 or 6 hours away. That's not what the TV thinks. Nets versus Pelicans, obviously a shit show, but Trey Murphy had 34 points. Sadiq Bey had a clutch play. The Pelicans, sorry, I can't speak this late at night, beat the Nets by 3. Yeah, Sadiq Bey and Trey Murphy really putting it together, scoring the rock. Sadiq Bey was awesome, grabbing offensive rebounds, dunking the ball, free throws in the final minute. It was a big-time close for Sadiq Bey, who at this point in the league is low-key considered as a veteran. So that is interesting. They edged him. Wow, great. I'm probably not going to watch the highlights here because I watched a decent amount of the game. But, yeah, after the NFL season, mind you, I will be watching a lot more basketball. Pelicans knock them down. Chaotic, man. The Nets and Pelicans. I don't know how this was must-see TV, but it seems like it was. Shout out to Makovic, getting to the rim, being a great big guy, great young guy from the Euros that they picked up. Where is he from? Carlo Matkovic. There's also Vukcevic. Carlo, he's Croatian. Oh my God, I forgot about Croatia. They have so many players. Trey Murphy, tough offense. Obviously, guys like Day'Ron Sharpe are tough to go against. But let's just kind of look at the box score here, and then we can get into Denver-Dallas to close out the night, because Denver-Dallas has actually provided us with some pretty good games this year, and we'll talk about it. MPJ and the loss, 20 points. It's not the greatest inside, but at least he was hitting some threes and grabbing some boards for this team. You get a 10-point performance out of Nick Claxton, who shot 50%. Really good rebounder and at-the-rim defender. Basically every game you can count on him for that. 16 out of Drake Powell off of 60-40 splits. Drake Powell. He's from UNC. Okay. Maybe I've heard of him. 60-40 splits. Really good rebounding. 17 out of Igor Demon. The Demon. He shot 60%. He was a really good facilitator. You get a 15-point game off the bench for Day'Ron Sharpe. Really good rebounding. 16 out of Cam Thomas. Isn't the most efficient overall scorer, but he hit 40% of his three-point shots. He was able to facilitate as well. Noah Clowney definitely struggled offensively, just couldn't get anything to go. And sure, he's definitely a glue guy in between grabbing rebounds and passing the ball, but in this game, they needed him to provide some offense, and he just couldn't quite do it. They have Day'Ron Sharpe. They have Cam Thomas, like I talked about. Maybe try to give those guys more minutes to make up for the absence of offense. As we're going to close the night here, let's get into the Nuggets and the Mavs. This really sucks for the Mavs because Cooper Flag sprained his ankle. I think he should be all right. He'll probably be back in a week or so, but that just really sucks. But anyway, Jamal Murray, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because Jamal Murray was an absolute threat. 33 points on offense. They get the 9-point victory. Get well, man. Get well, Coop. We need you back. The Mavericks without him are kind of chopped. They're going to have to go to the drawing board. I won't watch the highlights on this either, just because I'm kind of trying to get this stream over with so I can pack some stuff and start watching Fantastic Four. But great performance for Jamal. PJ Washington, tough buckets, tough offense. Najee Marshall hitting some tough shots. But yeah, Cooper Flag went out. I love those New Balances. I look-y might cop a pair of those. Those are clean as fuck. The Mavericks colors. Peyton Watson hit some crazy shots. I mean, This Nuggets team has been on a tear without Jokic, especially on the road. They look really good on the road. Not often do you get a team that is better on the road than they are at home, and the Nuggets are doing just that. 22 points out of Aaron Gordon, 67-60 splits, really good rebounding. 10 points out of Spencer Jones, 60-50 splits, really good rebounding. 33 points out of Jamal Murray, solid three-point shooting, really good facilitating. You get an 18-point performance for Peyton Watson, 50-40 splits, and he was a really good hustle rebounder for the team. I mean, these guys are putting together very efficient performances. 12 points off the bench for Ham Hardaway Jr., 40% three-point shooting, really good two-way player for this team. Now you look at the Mavs, who obviously struggled. I'm probably going to blame this on Cooper Flag getting hurt, but 12 points out of PJ Washington just wasn't really the most efficient with the ball. Obviously, really good rebounding, and same with Daniel Gafford. Maybe they should give Daniel Gafford the ball more. I don't really know what's going on with that. 24 out of Najee Marshall. Couldn't really hit a three-point shot, but he was very good inside. Really good rebounding. You get 15 off the bench for Caleb Martin, solid three-point shooter there, solid two-way player as well. 20 points for Brandon Williams, not the greatest shooting, but he's also a pretty solid rebounder. This team is a great rebounding team that can help them win a lot of games. But Cooper Flag going out definitely didn't help, and them not giving Daniel Gafford the ball definitely didn't help. They made the adjustments. You have Caleb Martin. You have even Klay Thompson coming out there. We talked about Brandon Williams. So you have guys. They made the adjustments given the Cooper Flag injury. So I'm not really blaming anyone here, but that definitely sucks. Hopefully he is only gone for like 3 or 4 games and he's back in the mix because they definitely need it. Should be some really good games tomorrow because honestly we've been starved of good primetime NBA games. But me and my dad might have to just watch some games tonight technically. The Celtics have a great game coming up against the Heat. I think the Magic should be able to beat Memphis. In a close game, I think Detroit takes down Phoenix. In a not so close game, I think OKC beats the shit out of Houston. Houston has looked terrible lately. In a not so close game, I think San Antonio continues the woes for Milwaukee and takes them down. Kind of a mid-off between Utah and Dallas. Who really gives a shit about that? I think in a close game, New York could easily beat Golden State. I do think they lost to the Kings, though. Is that right? That's not a great look. But the Kings have looked really good lately, and they're starting to get some stuff going. So I got to kind of give them credit. Pretty mid game between the Hawks and the Trailblazers. No Trae Young on the Hawks. I don't really want to watch them. The Lakers are going to absolutely shred Charlotte. I don't know, dude. I like CJ McCollum, but I don't really want to watch the Hawks without Trae Young. I think that's kind of whatever, but I'll be here tomorrow night to cover the games after reacting to a great album hopefully coming out from A$AP Rocky with Don't Be Dumb. I'm going to be doing some daily challenges for Madden and shit. I got to get caught up on that stuff. I have a pretty long day ahead of me, but, we thug it. We thuggin'. Yeah, I think I am out, guys. I got to figure some shit out and figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. All that